Welcome back to another edition of Recipes for Success with Gman and Storm. Now, last week we went 2-0. We picked Northmore and cooked them up a recipe, as well as Shelby. Now, moving on, we're going back to WW Scholars Field as they host West Holmes, who is undefeated. Shelby, I think they need to win the battle up front, get the offensive line out in space, get some screens for Skylar Winters and those wide receiving cores, and then defensively, they got to get to the quarterback and get some sacks. So you definitely need to put the Shelby offensive and defensive line into your mixing bowl. I think if they do that, they're going to pick up a huge win against West Holmes, who's undefeated, coming into WW Scholars Field. They need to protect Marshall Shepard, let him get it out to his athletes, Blaine Bowman, Andre Hill. We've heard the same story week in, week out, but it's finally a true test for Shelby's offensive line. They got beat against Bellevue, and that was one of the main reasons this time they can redeem themselves. For our next game, we're heading out to Scott Bailey Memorial Field, where Crestview just rolled out some new gorgeous turf. This week, they're going to be hosting Plymouth at Firelands Conference Showdown. Crestview obviously looking ahead from 2 weeks from now, as they will be hosting Plymouth on that field. But right now, they got to beat Plymouth first, a true test for them, as they're going to get to face that kind of offense in back-to-back weeks. And first, I think it starts off for the Cougars with Connor Morris. The man has been doing it all year long. Shout out to his offensive front. But he has over 1,000 yards and 21 touchdowns. Get this man the ball, get him in some space, and get him some touchdowns. I think next in line is going to be those Crestview athletes and those wide receivers. Get it out to Gabe Smedley, get it out to Caden Cunningham, Addison Raymer. Get them in space, get to some screens, because Plymouth, not traditionally playing up against split wideouts like that. They're usually typically in the box looking for the tackles. But this week, Crestview, I think the job is spread them out wide, and that'll get you a W. And if you follow those two recipes, you get some Shelby secret sauce and some Crestview casserole and 2 big W's. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week on Recipes for Success with G-Man and Storm.